Today I'll be using the YesWelder Flux 135 to repair this cracked and fatigued door hinge mounting surface on this door for an Amazon van. I'm set at 110 amps so I can melt the cracked sheet metal into the thicker metal underneath. I don't want to grind paint off anywhere, and I want an absolutely good ground, so I'm going to weld this number 10 finishing nail to a spot near the area where I'm going to be welding. Get a real good ground that way. It doesn't have to be a real strong weld. Once it's welded, then the ground connection will be great for the welding the cracks up. Now I'll reposition the ground clamp to get it out of my way where I can weld. I'm starting the welds in the center of the crack and burning through into that thicker metal underneath, and then holding the arc to make a good penetration and to flare out the puddle into the sheet metal. Instead of concentrating on the sheet metal, the puddle is traveling to the sheet metal, because 110 amps will blow through sheet metal real easy. I take the heat down into the thicker metal and let it spread out from there. The thicker hinge plate underneath was just spot welded in a few places to the sheet metal, and so it was easy to fatigue it and crack it. By putting these solid welds around between the different crack spots, it will make this much stronger and less likely to fatigue crack in the future. I've got the bolt that goes in the hole to keep the spatter from the weld from going in, getting in the threads. Some anti-spatter spray would have been handy, but I didn't have any here, as this was a traveling job. I'm not at my shop. Now, if you look at this, you can see how very easy it is for me, and I think it would be easy for most people with a little bit of practice, just getting the settings right. But the machine itself is very precise. I'm extremely happy with it. I had some jerk talking about, I'm just saying it's good because I like cheap or something like that. You know, I get all kinds of stupid comments from stupid people. This YesWelder Flux 135 is one of 4 different entry-level flux core welders that I've gotten, and it is by far the best. So we're going to have a 4-welder shootout here pretty quick, and I'll show you why it's the best. Now I'm taking the bolt out so I can weld up close to the hole. I went outside and I got a pebble out of the driveway, and I was sticking it in the hole so I keep the spatter sparks from sticking to the threads. When I have the arc going for more than a split second, you know I'm melting down into that thicker metal. Nothing to it, the way we do it. Now I can remove my ground and clean it up and take a look at it. I don't have my drill with me, so I'm just going to take this cup wire brush and hand brush it so I can see if I have any holes or anything that I need to weld up. I got a couple of little holes down there at the bottom. There. And there. So I put my ground clamp on a lower bolt there on the door, and I'm gonna just weld up those little holes. Now the ground connection is not as good, so I can tell it in the weld, but it's good enough to weld up these little holes, so I won't worry about welding my nail back to it just to weld up those little holes. I'm still at 110 amps. It's ready to grind and paint, so trouble there ain't. So please touch my like thingy and subscribe, damn it!